When I was about 12, I discovered my family regular 8, not even Super 8, a regular 8 Kodak movie camera from the 50s. I also developed an interest in the martial arts at a very young age, probably age 9. Bruce Lee was a big hero of mine. I was a Golden Gloves boxer. I won the New Jersey State wrestling title, and over the years I've studied with Jerry Poteet, who was Bruce Lee's teacher, so everything came full circle. That was interesting. When you become a stunt person, everybody comes from a different background. I came into it with all my fight skills and abilities and learned other things along the way. I incorporated the martial arts into a lot of films I did in college, which eventually got me kicked out of college and started my professional career because I flipped somebody through a door into the middle of an ongoing class while we were shooting a project. That and the fact that I threw somebody off the roof and through a skylight didn't sit well with the media arts department, so I was asked to leave. My first professional gig as a stuntman was on the soap opera One Life to Live. Sometimes your favorite stunts may not be all that spectacular, but they're memorable. Two that come to mind was I did a live fire burn as a clumsy chef on the Conan O'Brien show. It was very fun and challenging to do that live. The other one was doing a month-long stint on the Metropolitan Opera with Placido Domingo. We played a bunch of cowboys who beat the hell out of each other in a bar fight, and then we try to hang Placido Domingo at the end. My job was when he's on the ground to take fake blood out of my pocket so the audience doesn't see it and put it on the side of his mouth so when he gets up, he's all beaten and bloody. But he just kept moving his head back and forth on the ground one night, and I'm there trying to get a good shot, and I just got frustrated and squirted him, and it went up his nose and in his mouth, and he got up and started to try to sing, but had to spit out some of the blood too, so it was more like, and that was classic. I would say probably two of the most challenging stunts I've done were fire burns, because you're trying to control something by its nature is uncontrollable, and high falls. On December 3rd, 2007, we took a sharp right turn. I had went to sleep the night before. When I got up, I noticed that my left arm and leg was starting to go very numb, and I started to get lightheaded and dizzy, and I knew something was wrong. A half hour later, I was in the emergency room at the hospital. An hour after that, I was being tested, and I found out that I had had an injury-related stroke. And it could have been from a stunt or martial arts. Nobody really knows. Actually, one of the toughest parts about recovering from the stroke and being home, 24/7, I was here by myself and had to do things for myself, which ultimately probably helped in a therapeutic way because I had nobody to rely on. So one of the toughest periods for me was probably from the end of February through May. I suffered very high anxiety, depression, sadness, all that stuff, and I just had to battle through it. I didn't want to take any medicine for it or go to any encounter groups because I knew it was more like a medical type thing, and I just had to weather through that whole thing. And with friends and the computer and the internet and interests, that kind of got me through it. But after a while, I started to get itchy because I hadn't worked and I was starting to get bored, and I wanted to see if I could still be a filmmaker and do it from a wheelchair, a walker, and a scooter. So I'd written a script, an original script with a character called Superseven, who's a masked super spy. And I decided I want to do a short film. So we did an 8-minute short called Operation Triple Cross, which again I wrote, directed, shot, stunt coordinated from my wheelchair with a bunch of friends of mine who were in the business. And it came out surprisingly well. 2.5 years later and 39 episodes, we're still shooting The Adventures of Superseven.
We'll have to leave our unfinished business unfinished.
Unfinished? She's the one who shot you.
Oh, thanks. Send me down the river, why don't ya? Brad, do something, damn it!
If you insist.
We've had a lot of success on the internet, especially YouTube, where we have about 2 million hits. At the LA Web Fest, we won awards for Best Series, Director, Actor, and Actress. We've entered the Action Film Festival, LA Web Fest, Hollyweb, and then we were recently accepted into the Rome Film Festival. It's just very cool to have the Rome Film Festival banner on your poster. And I would love to see Superseven done as a half-hour show on a network, something like Comedy Central, FX, and branched into like a 90-minute low-budget feature. The operative word being low budget, because part of the charm is the cheesiness and look of those 60s movies. What's next for Scott Rhodes? Dancing with the Stars.